Okay, so I've started the recording. I don't know why Google Meets. I can't make someone a co-host. I'll have to be coming here to admit people. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Is my screen visible?
No, it's not.
Is it visible now?
We can see it now. Yes, it is.
Okay, so for the sake of admitting others, she's going to be very slow. Oh, the system is not responding. Okay, so this is what we'll come up with, but I'll start from the beginning, right? Okay. This is actually what I'm trying to avoid. Who's coming in late? Okay, so please sorry about this. I'm actually doing that in case someone comes in late. I can only accept. All right, I'll start by getting our data. The data is a CSV data, so I'll click on get data. All right, I'll select the CSV and I'll connect. So So I just need to locate where the file is on my PC. Please, can you guys hear me? Hello? Is anyone hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So I just need to locate where the file is on my PC.
Yes.
Okay. So once you're working with a data that you've not, like you don't have any idea about and you're not familiar with, it's advisable you go through the transform query to inspect that everything is in order and the data types are okay and everything is just okay. Then if it's something you need to come up with, let's say new columns or yeah, new columns or transform the data, we do everything there before loading it for visualization. Okay, so it's still loading. All right, so here is the first 200 rows of the CSV file. So if it's the data you are familiar with, probably you've worked with it and you know how it is and it is clean, you just click on load. It will come here. Don't tell me this is. Hey. Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello? Really? My Wi-Fi just did off. Wi-Fi. Okay, Scott. Switch to the other one. Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi had a little issue. Sorry about that. Hope you can see my screen. Hello, is my screen still visible?
Yes, I can see your screen. Yeah, I
Okay,
can see it.
okay. Sorry about the the network issue. All right. So this is the first 200 rows, right? So
Hello, sir.
yes,
I
Ahmed.
can't see your
I
screen.
can't
Oh.
see your screen, sir.
Please, I can
Okay.
see your screen.
All right. Let me share it again. Okay. I hope it's visible now. Is it visible now?
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Sorry about that. All right. So what we are seeing is the first 200 rows of the data, a preview of how it is. So like I was saying, if it's the data you are working for the first time, you don't know how it is, you need to transform, like go to the transform, that's the Power Query and take a look at the data and inspect it and make sure everything is in order. But if it's the data you've worked with before and you know it's clean, you just click on load and you start bringing out your insights. So I'll click on transform data.
Please, I can see your screen. I will try to log that and join you.
Okay, please do that and let me know if it's visible. Okay, so what we are saying here is the Power Query editor, and this is actually where we transform the data and do a lot of stuff. Add new column, check data type, remove missing values, and the rest of them. All right. So already Power BI is smart enough and has performed two steps for us already. Here are the two steps it did for us automatically. This is how the original data is. This is how the original data is, where the column names are the first rows. So Power BI was smart enough to understand that, and what it did was it used the first row. Sorry, my screen, I don't know if my screen is too small, but this is just how my font is on the Power BI. So maybe you just zoom in on your end. So this is the use first row as headers is actually what Power BI applied for us. So it promoted the headers. It made the first row the column names. Then another thing it did was, if you observed, this is a text file. It's a text ABC. Then
Please,
this
can you maximize your screen?
that's what I'm saying. Like, this is just how my Power BI is. This is how the font is. So try zooming in on your end. Zoom in on your end. I can't increase it more than this. Sorry about that. So just zoom in on your end. If you are using a phone, you can also zoom in. Okay, so if you pay attention, literally all the columns are in text. ABC, they are all in text. So Power BI was smart enough to know that, okay, this is supposed to be an integer, then only these two are supposed to be a text. This one is supposed to be an integer, this one is supposed to be an integer too. So it was smart enough to do that for us. So this is where it changed the data type. Okay, so it's made this one a number, a whole number, as you can see. This one too, the month numbers, it also made it a whole number. Then the region, county, and beneficiaries are, the region and county are text, then beneficiaries and the amounts are whole numbers. So already the data is actually clean. There's no other stuff we want to do, at least for this particular project. Hello?
Please, I have a question.
Okay.
The link to data set you sent to us, is it that the data set is cleaned there already, or we have to clean it?
Okay, so the data set is already cleaned. Like the one we're working with is already cleaned. You just need to, use it. It's clean, there is no errors. As you can see from the this column matrix, you have no errors and no empty cells. All of them are all 100%. So everything is clean. If you had missing values, it will tell you that there are empty cells, or if there is any error somewhere, to tell you. So from here you can see that everything is clean. Okay, so we won't do anything here currently for this particular project. So once you've inspected the data and everything is okay, you now then close and apply. So it will take you to the visualization side of Power BI, where you can start creating your visual.
Sorry, I have a question.
Okay, what's the question?
What did you do to get those bars that show you whether the data is clean or not?
Okay, you need to go to the view. It's a settings. I think it's on the view tab in the Power Query editor. Just go to that view side of it. There should be something
Okay.
about column statistics, something like that. Actually, you don't want to go back to avoid error. Sorry, I said error. My system's
Is
learning how
that
to
query
restore them.
dependency?
You said?
Is it query dependency or advanced editor?
Not sure it's any of those ones. So for your sake, let me just go back there. It's going to. So I'm going back to the Power Query editor now.
Okay, thank you.
Hello. My question
Yeah.
is for those that are just starting,
Okay.
you didn't explain how they're meant to extract the data, as in get the data. You just clicked on get data. Where are they getting the data from?
Okay. Coming. I'll answer that question. Okay. So for the person that asked, I believe this is what you want to see, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. You click on the view, column distribution,
Okay.
column quantity. Just yeah, column profile. Sorry. Click on the column profile, or as you can see, the ones I tick, you can actually tick it. You will see this.
All right.
All right.
Got it.
The person
Thank
that
you very
asked,
much.
yeah, you're welcome. The person that asked how to get the data. So I will just go back to. So if you open Power BI for the first time, this is what will show. This is what will come up. Aside from that dialog box that is always is it orange? This is
Sorry,
what
that's
will
not the
show.
question I'm asking. The question I'm asking is for you sent the information, the data to
Okay.
Google Drive.
Yeah.
So for someone that's starting for the first time, they download the Google Drive to their desktop. How do they access it through their Power BI?
You want to access your Google Drive through Power BI. What you do is the data link I sent, just click on it, download the data to your system, to your PC, put it in a particular folder where you'll be working from. You just need to download the data to your PC, put it in a folder where you'll be working from. Then when you come here, you click on get data, then click on CSV. You locate where the data is on your PC and load it.
Hello, Goodrich. Can I throw more light on that question,
Please go
if you don't
ahead.
mind? Okay, for the person asking, usually when you want to use Power BI for data visualization, there are different sources you can get your data from. Your data can be saved as a
I'm
CSV
not
file.
asking for myself, or I know I know about Power BI. I'm just speaking generally because there are new people here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's fine.
So the thing is, the link, or if you're accessing it from the link or from the drive folder link, once you get to that drive, you see the data. I actually don't want to go through this process to avoid slow processing. Click on it if it's on the drive, or if it's the link I actually send it to, just open the CSV on your local device. There should be a download icon to the right hand side. You download it. If it is on the drive, you right click, you download it to your PC. Put it in a folder where you'll be working from, or you can save it to your desktop. Once you've downloaded it to your PC, just make sure you remember where you saved the file to. Then when you get here to your Power BI, you click on Get Data. Once you click on Get Data, this dialog box will come up. So there are different files you can bring in, but the one you're working with is a CSV. The one I actually sent is a CSV file. So you click on CSV. Once you click on CSV, you click on Connect. It will bring up another dialog box, which is your file manager. It's now left for you to locate where you saved that file, if it is in the download folder or anywhere. That's why I say you should remember where you saved it. Locate where you saved that file. Once you've looked, mine now is inside my second drive, inside a folder called this, inside another folder, Power BI, before I could find it. That's where my own file is. Your own could be different. Locate it, click on it and open. That first 200 rows preview would come up. Then you can now then click on transform, where it will take you to the Power Query editor, and you inspect the data. Then once you are done, you click on the close and apply, which is always on the left hand side. Then it will bring you here, and once it brings you here, it will load the data to the this is the data pane, this is the visualization pane, and this is the filter pane. So these are the three panes. The data will always be in the data pane. So the data I just uploaded, this is not it, this is the one I worked with before. This is data I just uploaded with these columns. Okay, so since I already showed you the mockup, so we are going to be building this same. Let me click on it. We're just going to come up with something similar like this, then do the editing and styling and everything. So we do the unemployment, this is the dashboard title, then on a norms, you know that every dashboard has metrics. It depends on the kind of data you are analyzing. Bank have their metrics, sales have their metrics, retail has their metrics, telecom, all industries have their own metrics, right? So us looks more like I don't know which this industry this one belongs to, right? But then these are the metrics we just come up with on the other side, then come up with this. So let me just look at this. The canvas setting, how I set it. Okay. So for me, I usually change, like, obviously default size of the canvas to me is not always okay for me. So I usually increase it. So you can do that. So for this particular one, I will just increase it, the height to 1519 and the width to 1600. Okay. Then, so hold on, let me just take notes of this stuff. Um,
Please, can I say something?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm having issues trying to upload this my data. You said the data is CSV file, right?
Yes, it is.
The data set,
Yes, it
object
is.
detection tutorial.
You see, what error are you getting?
The data set is not object detection tutorial.
No, no, no. It's unemployment insurance beneficiary, something like that.
I got it wrong. Thank you.
All right. Please just give me a second. Let me just copy this out. All right. So we'll create two measures for the total amounts and total beneficiaries. All right. Hope this is still recording. Please let me check if this is still recording. Okay, it's still recording. Okay. All right, we'll still come back here. Let's just start something. So first of all, I'll change the canvas setting or resize this to fit the information I want to bring in. So I'll click on the canvas setting, click on custom, then this will be 1600, then this will be 1519. Okay?
Hello, I have a question.
Yeah, go on.
How did you get this those settings there, those page information, canvas setting, canvas background? How did you get there? How did you bring them up?
Just click, okay. If you are seeing this, you will see this.
Yes,
So it's here, it's this second one. Sorry. So it's this second one. There's where you see the settings.
it's only
We
showing
can't hear you.
the search
Look,
bar. Yes,
are you not seeing the visualization pane?
I am, but what I have here is just the search bar.
The search bar, like this one.
Yes, exactly. That's what I have on that
Click on the
visualization.
arrows. Click on those arrows.
Are you not seeing this
Okay.
one? If you're not seeing this one, you click on the arrow right.
It has come up, but what I
Okay.
have under is the search
Time
bar.
is already against us. So here's what is going to happen. I'll just, if you have any question, please just write it down somewhere. Then in the next 30 minutes, I'll attend to questions so that I can actually do something, please. So if you have
Okay.
any question, just write it somewhere. I'll give time for question. Okay, so I'll come here. I've changed the size already. Let me just put the background color. Okay. All right. So we'll start with the title. Please, Abigail, please mute your mic. All right, so we'll just bring out those metrics we saw earlier on. But before we do that, we'll create two measures. So measures are row-wise calculation, and it's dynamic and flexible. And I don't think I have any example I can actually show you the advantage. But hopefully in some projects we'll see why we need to create measures for some calculations. So I'll create two measures. One is going to be the total beneficiaries and one will be the total amount in dollars. So I'll just right click here, create new measure. So it's just a simple measure. The name of the measure, then I'm just summing the beneficiaries column from the table unemployment. Sorry, it's not this table I'm working with. Sorry, I'm having two tables. I need to. Alright, so I'll create another one for the currency. So this one is in dollars, so you convert it to currency once it's done creating. So I'm supposed to even put this stuff in column.
You made a mistake again.
Sorry?
You made a mistake again concerning your table.
No, I'm on the right track. This is the one I'm using.
Unemployed insurance.
Yeah, unemployment insurance. Yeah, it's the one I'm using. The other one is unemployment. It's correct. So I'll convert this to currency. Here is where you can locate several currency. So there are several ones. So even Nigerian naira is here. There are several ones. So this is actually in dollars. So just leave it dollars. Okay, so I was supposed to put my default column inside a folder before creating these measures for easy access and arrangement. So I'll just go back to my model view. Sorry, I was supposed to do this before the measure, but I'll just do it here. So I'm putting my default folder columns, the one that came with my table, inside a particular folder so that my measures will be outside, or you can put some measures in a measure folder, anyone you want. But I'm just trying to group this stuff so that it depends. This one is just few. If you're working with tables that are actually much, you probably want to group it. Okay. That's it. All right. So the metrics will show, bring out the total beneficiaries. So we usually use card for that. So display. Okay, that's one. So I'll just copy and paste. Paste again. So I'll change this to the money in, number of people. Which other metrics do we have? Let's look at the distinct counting. Let's see how many counties are benefiting from this unemployment insurance. So I want to count the distinct, like, county is like a place now. So it's showing the first name is not actually what I want. I want to see the count, the distinct. So I'll use count distinct. I clicked on this small, hope you are just watching, click on this, then I use count distinct. Okay, so we have 64 counted. Then let's do that for region. Okay. Let's see how many region this insurance covers. Alright, so we have the beneficiary amounts. We have the number of people that are benefiting. We have the counts of counting. And we have the region. Okay. Let's bring out filters. Let's bring out filters. Okay, we'll have one for the month. Okay, before I do this, we're supposed to do some calculations. Sorry, let me go back to the mockup. Okay, so we need to come up with, in our table, there is no month name. We don't have the month name, we just have the month number. We don't have the month name, we have the month number. Okay, I think that's all we need to look at, the average beneficiaries. Okay. Okay, so we need to come up with a column that has our month name. Now this is our data. Our data just have the month number. So we need to create a calculated columns that would display the month name for us so that we can use it. Why we want to do that is if I want to display, let's say, that line chart, which was showing the total beneficiaries and beneficiaries amounts. It's supposed to show us by month, but then it's showing us, and sorry, funny enough, the month is actually numbers. Okay, so this is what we want, right? But then it's showing numbers, so we want to create a column that would display the month's name instead of the numbers. So we'll go back to our data view, then we'll click on let me make sure I'm here, click on new column. So we're going to write a DAX. I've written it out. We use the format functions to create that. So the thing is, we don't have a date column in our data. We don't have a date column. Had it been we had a date column, it would have been just format date column and the shortcode. It's still coming up. So I'll call this month's name equals to, so we use the format.
Hello, please, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Okay. So we're supposed to pass
Hello,
in.
please, I can't hear you. I can't see your screen.
Hello, can anyone see my screen?
Please, am I the only one?
Hello, can anyone see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
You can see it.
Okay, so I think the issue is from your side, Abigail.
Please, I can't hear anything. I can't see. Am I the only one?
Try rejoining. Someone should drop a message for her to rejoin the meeting. Okay, so we say format, we pass in the value and the format we want to use. But since we don't have a date column, we'll create a date ourselves. So we say dates. So date takes in the year, the month, and the day. So the year will just say 1. Then for the month, we're going to pass in the month column. Then the day, we'll just give it the first number of the day, or the first day rather. So that's the value. Then what format do we want? We have the DDD, MMM, and the YYY. So maybe we would want to research on that. But for what we want, we use the capital letter M method. So this will display the name in the short names, like months in the short form. If I should use 4M, it will display it in full, right? So, but I want the short one so that this can be shorter and not take up too much space. Okay, so I'll do that and I'll close my column and I'll run this. All right, so here is it. So had it been, I added another extra in and run it, it will be in full. You seen it. So the thing is, I don't have a date column in my table. Like I know year is part of the, but I don't have like a date where you have date, full date. So what I did here was, what the format takes in is a value and the formatting. So I just created a date myself, like using a DAX function date. Then I passed in the year, I'm saying the first year, then the month is already here. Then the day you just write one, then comma, then the formats you want to get the result in, is it full or short. So I want the short name so that I can be able to present it using the x-axis. Okay, so I'll just run that again. Okay, so we have that. Okay, and okay, let me just work with it then before I show you the setting. So where are you? Okay, it's here. So I'll just take out these numbers, which is this, and replace it with the month name. Okay. So I'll remove the first one. All right. Let me increase this. Sorry, don't worry. I'll increase the x and y axis. But then, if you pay attention to the x-axis where we have the month, you will notice that it's not arranged from January to like January down. It's arranged alphabetically. So let me increase. Sorry, let me increase the size. So you see it's arranged alphabetically, but then we want it to be from January down to December. So what we are going to do is we are going to sort our month name by the month number. So we'll click on month name, which is already highlighted. We come to sort by. Then we want to sort this column using another column. That's what we are trying to do. So you see that it's arranged alphabetically, but we want it to be arranged like 1 to 12, 1 to 12, which is our month number, their respective numbers. So we'll click on the calculated column, click on sort by, then we are sorting it by the month. Okay, so it's running. All right, so it's been sorted by month, but it's still not reflecting. So you just need to sort this chart by the month name. So you click on these 3 dots, click on sort axis, and then you click on click on month name. Let's see, I think to start from December. Okay, so now it's sorting it in descending order, but we want it in ascending from January. Here it's December to January, but we want January to December. So you come back here again, click on sort axis, then ascending. Remember the first one was by month name. Now this time around now it's by ascending. So that will sort it out. All right, so we have that chart. It's now, everything is now okay. Okay, what else do we have to bring in? So don't worry, we arranged all this. Let's bring in our filters. They're supposed to be on this same place. Okay, let's do the arrangement later. Let's bring in some filters. So let's have a filter that can filter this our chart by county, region, and month name. Alright, so I'll just format this. Let's use the drop down method. So I'll go to slicer settings, click on this, click on drop down. Okay. that's one filter. All right, so I'll just copy this and paste twice. All right, so I'll change this to county. Okay. Then I'll change this one to change this one to what did we say, region. Remove this. All right, so we have 3 filters. Okay, we'll fix those later. It's remaining one is that's the map. Okay, we've not bring out average beneficiaries by here. So we have this, we have this. It's remaining this and this. Average beneficiaries by here. And okay, so I'll quickly create a measure to calculate the average benefit. Now, I mostly use measure, like, because I found out that there are some calculations, right? Now, Power BI is not just, hope you guys can hear me. Am I audible? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Okay. All right. So Power BI is more. There is more to Power BI than clicking and drag, clicking and drag, clicking and drag. If not that, my system is like, because I is anyone saying it? Okay. If not that, my PC like it's slow while I'm presenting online. I would have shown you one of the dashboard I created where like literally everything was from measures. Now Power BI is not about clicking and drag, clicking and drag. Like I said earlier on, there are some metrics. Different industries have their metrics, and I think maybe after the class, someone should remind me to send in KPIs, like metrics for some industry. So different industries have their metrics, and those metrics, you actually calculate them. We have something like, take for instance, for banking, you have return of interest, ARP, they have those metrics, right? Then for telecom, I know of average revenue per user, total revenue generated.
You are muted.
I'm not muted. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah, I
you.
can hear you.
Okay, please check from your side, it's from your end. Okay, so we have different
I can hear.
metrics. We have different metrics for different industry. So all those metrics, if you should check out the calculation now, it involves using 1 or 2 columns, right? Using the 2 of them. And then those kind of calculations are actually flexible and easy to get if you have some measures, right? So just like now, I want to calculate, let's say average. Okay, it's not applicable here. Well, we'll get to see those ones once we work with bigger data, right? But then just understand that Power BI is not about click and drag, right? There are some metrics you calculate and you need to know some measures and DAX functions, okay? So I'll quickly create a new measure that would show the average beneficiaries by year. supposed to use that one. Supposed to use the. Sorry, I keep forgetting I have to data. Yeah. So I need this one. So what we are looking at the average beneficiaries. On an average, how many beneficiaries this particular, let's say, organization have in a yearly basis. So this is how you write it using the average function, and you pass in the column name, then you press enter. So it will come up. Okay, it's already on the second table, so I'll just add an underscore. Okay, so it will come up. Okay, still loading. All right, it's up. So I'll just resize this. Okay, we want to see average beneficiaries by year. So we have, we mostly use line for time series data. So since it's a year, let's not add this to the x-axis, and we add the average beneficiaries to the y-axis. Alright, so here was the chart. What else are we missing? I know it's remaining one here, but then let me just bring out the map one. So for the map, we've consumed the whole space. Okay, for the map, we are using the count. Is it? Yeah, the counting. So you click on it, it's counting, right? So it's a place. You come to data category. We have different places. We have address, place, city, county, the one we are going to use, state or province, postal code, country, continent, latitude, and longitude. So what we're working with now is county. So we'll just format it. It will change. This person that keeps coming, this is the second time, or maybe the fourth time we are coming in here. All right. So it will change this data to, so that Power BI understand that it's a place, and you will see a symbol, a kind of a map symbol here. Okay, so here it is. So we'll just click on that. Oh, sorry. This stuff was highlighted. Okay. Alright, so here is the map. Let me start arranging the visualization at once. I think we're almost done, just to style everything. Okay, so I know that the region was in the legend. Then for the bubble size, it's your choice. We can look at, I don't want to go back to the other side, but let's see, what is this one? This is the amount. So let's look at the total amount based on bubble size. Okay, so this, if the bubble size is the amount. Okay, let's leave it with that. Let's leave it with the amount. Let's just leave it like that. Okay. What else do we do now? Okay, let's start arranging the stuffs. Sorry, let me take a look at this once more. I think there is a chart we are missing. Okay, everything is complete. All right. Okay, so we are done bringing out the visual. Let's just see how we are going to arrange the stuff and make it presentable. We have one, so we'll just use it to. So once I arrange this, I'll give us chance to ask our questions. So let's just arrange this. Sorry, I'm going to zoom out. We'll start the editing. Okay, sorry. Does anyone have any question before I proceed? I want to start doing the editing and color and everything. Any question?
I have a question. Where did you get the second data from?
This is actually like me. Don't mind this. It's the same data. This is for the first dashboard. I was actually bringing out what we look at today. So don't pay attention to this. Any other question? Does anyone have any other question? Okay, so we'll proceed. So okay, we'll format this. Um, sorry, we'll both come up with the colors so that it will make sense. And this is always actually more one of the hardest, will I say hardest part, like making it presentable, right? Where you need to consider those with blindness and all the rest of them, color riot and what have you. All right, so I'll start with formatting this. Okay, so call out value is okay. Okay, so I'm going to the format side. Then on the general, I will remove this background. Okay, I'll remove the background. Then come back to this. Change the value to white. Then change the category label to ash. Now why I use ash or I mostly use ash, right? But then if you're using any color for the call out value, I don't know if you guys have heard about data to ink ratio in data visualization. You should not use something that is not that relevant to overshadow what is relevant. What is important here right now is this amount. So you wouldn't want to make this total beneficiaries probably bigger than this, or then having a color that is more shouting than this. You want to make it a little bit dim. Let this be the one that is outstanding. So that's one of one of the rules in data visualization. So that's why I made this one. I made the data label ash color. So I'll just increase this a bit. Okay, let me leave it at 15. And I'll leave this one. Okay, let's leave it like this. Then let's add a little effects, shadow, and a visual border. Let's put the shadow inside, and then let's make it center. Now mind you, when it comes to styling, it's up to you, but then just make sure it's readable. Don't use one color to contradict another. Try and make sure what you're trying to show is what is more outstanding, like the color is bright. Don't Michelle, click on the vis before the format visual will come up. If it's not showing, it's probably you are not, the no chart is active. Okay, so let's just work with this. So the thing, when it comes to design, it can take you days, right? But since we are in a class and we are looking at time, we'll just do as we'll just do it, keep it simple. So I've designed one. So instead of going ahead to do it separately, for those that are not aware, we have a tool called Format Painter that can help you out with ease. So you just click on the V's, click on Format Painter, your icon will change. Then you click on Card. Now, there are some charts, like me, if I should copy this chart now, click on it rather, copy the formatting. There are some stuffs, right, that will change for only charts that are bar charts that won't affect card. My point is, if you are formatting, let it be that you are using a card format to format card. If you are formatting a bar chart, use the formatting for bar charts to format. Because if you use this one and format this, there are some changes that will not apply. Okay, so I'll just click on this again, format this, click on this again. So let's see how it will affect a slicer. So you've seen that here the data label is white, but look at how it affected the. Okay, I'll answer your question, Winston. So you see how the effect works on this, but then we'll have to do the editing manually again. Okay, so in order not to do repeatedly, let me just format this, then use that design to format the rest. Alright, so I've gotten the shadow and everything, the background, so I just need to edit this slicer, modify it. So I'll come here, I'll increase the slicer header. I'll change it to 1 hash, then increase it to 15. Alright, then let's see how it will display. So the text are actually showing, okay, it came up. So I think this is okay. It's okay. But then we'll format that all so that it will be more, to be a little bit visible. So that's the values, make it 18. So let's do it as 617. Alright, so I'll just format this painter, apply it to the remaining slicer. Okay, so I think our arrangements will change. I was going to put all of this on a straight line, but looking at it, okay. Let me see if I can. No, it's not content. Alright, so change of plans. So I want to, this sharp edge, I want to give it a corner. So write 15. Alright, so I'll just, so this is the whole process about formatting. If you want to edit, just make sure you deal on one and do everything so that it will be easy. Oh, what is happening? Alright, so let's just arrange this.
Hello, I have a question.
Please, you just hold on. Later, I'll attend to it. Let me just
Okay.
finish this. If we don't finish it today, we'll continue the project some other time. But let me just do something. Okay. So I'm trying to make all the shapes equal, both in height and in width. That's what I'm currently doing now. So arrangement also matters. And thanks to the grid lines, this is not going to look well. Okay. It's actually going to take too much space, and that's not what I want. So, to give this a border. Let me just give it a border. Then again, I usually take this in designing dashboard. Since let's just give it a border so that you can see the demarcation. Oh, I think let's leave it like that. Okay, so I'll just shift this a bit up. I'll attend to your question. Just give me some seconds. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm done with that side. We have, okay, let me take questions. Let me look at the charts. Okay, so it's not a must you create. Michelle, I hope you're able to resolve this visualization pain issue. Hello, Michelle.
I'm updating.
Okay. So, Winsome, it's not a must you should use, like, not like a must, like this data we're having here now, I can actually work with it. The same stuff I came up here with. I can do the same thing with the normal columns. But then I wish I can show you an example of a matrix. So there is this advantage measure have. Measure is that it's dynamic and then it changes like on filter how will I put it, on a filter base. Say for instance now you are showing let me see if I can come up with something similar like that. Um, let's come up with a table. And we are showing let's say I don't know if this will actually show what I want to display. But let me just try. So measures are actually very important. It helps in calculations, and at the same time too there are some calculations you would probably want to, okay, I think that's one of the important. Really, maybe for instance now you want to calculate this average beneficiaries for instance. So instead of going to your data view and creating a new columns that has average beneficiaries, a measure has done that for you, and it saves computation. Like, it doesn't take much space. It helps reduce the processing of Power BI, yeah, of Power BI. And for just that there are not much calculations here, right? But for instance, this average beneficiaries now, if you had wanted to use, let's say, Python for instance, you have to create a new column that has the average, or maybe they say calculate the percentage of beneficiaries in months. You will start creating new columns to hold the sum, then use this one to divide. All of them are in new columns. But with measures, you can actually perform those calculations and it will be in the memory of Power BI. And you know that if you have data that the columns are actually merged, it brings about slow processing and everything starts to slow down. But with measures, it's just in the memory and it saves time. But so that's one of the advantage. There's actually this particular one that I think explains everything better. So let me see if I can come up with it. don't come up with it, I'll still create something about that. Maybe work on a project that will show us the one of the advantage of measures. So just let me just try it. If it doesn't work, I'll still let us know maybe in our next project. Okay, it's actually going to make me create another measure. To explain what I really want to put out, I need to create several measures. So what I noticed was this place now, and look at where I drag this column. I'm just explaining the theoretical aspect. If I want to do the practical, it will take time. So let me just show the concept. Maybe you understand. Take for instance now, I have this column. Let me increase this. Let me just explain the theoretical concept. If I want to do it practical, it will take us time, and I have to create other measures. Uh, okay. Now, let's assume you want to let's say calculate the average, like inside capital, you extract the capital of the data about the region capital to one side, then look at the average inside capital. Let's say that's what you want to do. I wish I can just do it practical. And win some. Hopefully, we'll do that in our next project. It's like a whole process to explain that. But then I've shown you one of the example, one of the advantage of measures in terms of calculations. Instead of creating a new column, you just create a measure that will do that calculations for you. Let me see if I have any other question. Okay. Any other question from others? Any question? Hello, any question? Fina, go ahead.
No problem. Yes, I was asking, why do we have double 77 billion? I wanted to know why you created the card twice.
Thank you for that. It's um, it's a mistake.
Yeah, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Is there a way we can edit the labels?
Yes, we'll do that.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Mhm.
Let me just finish this arrangement because that's actually one of the tough parts in dashboard building. Okay. Sorry, does anyone have any other question? Emote. Who is
I have
this?
a question.
Listen, who is speaking?
It's Lacey.
Okay, go on.
Yes, my question is a little away from what we are doing, but I think it's still related. When you're building dashboards, I see some dashboards that are built and they have a picture attached to the dashboards, and sometimes the pictures are hyperlinked such that it changes. So can
Like if you
you
click on
maybe
it,
after
it
the
will
class?
take you to somewhere, maybe like a website or
Okay, for
something like that.
example, I saw a dashboard that somebody built on European League matches, this Champion League matches, and then the name of the clubs were represented by their jerseys.
Okay.
And so as you use the filter, it
Hmm.
and click on the jersey, it automatically changes the whole report on the dashboard.
Okay, I understand you. Those are actually, it's still part of this editing we are doing. They are customized editing. They've made that dashboard in a way that, don't worry, once I get to editing part, I'll show you where they do those stuffs. It's customized
Okay.
editing, it's possible. Those ones
All
are
right.
advanced, yeah. Any other question? A mode. Is it a mode or a mood? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name.
Sorry, I'm still having the same issue even after updating my visualization pane.
It's not visible.
The general general and visual formats, and I've created some. I've put in some cards, and it's still not. I'm not able to get.
So I'm not understanding you. Like you are not saying this visualization like this topic here or this word,
I'm seeing visualization,
but
but
you
when
are not
I
saying
click on,
this.
I'm seeing that.
So
When
what's
I
the
click
issue?
on that,
Okay,
click on format.
okay. Are you not saying this? Like something like this. It's different for different visuals. Hope you've taken that into consideration. What you see for line chart, you will not see for a card. It changes. Hello.
I'm not even getting this at all. I know it's different for each type.
Okay, maybe after the class, I'll look into that.
And I even thought maybe because I've not opened it in a while, maybe that's why it's misbehaving. Tried updating it and it's still giving me the same issue.
Okay, maybe we'll look at that maybe after the class. All right, so let me format this. Uh,
Hello, I have a question.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm not so used to Power BI. I only use Tableau most of the time. So I want to know, is there a way you can use the Power BI desktop without internet access?
Yes, you can.
Or you
Maybe.
can build this dashboard without connecting to the internet?
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right. So I want to format. Any other person has any question? You have three
Okay, I
minutes.
have something as regards that
Okay.
question. I don't think you can work on the map without connecting to the internet.
Come again.
I don't think she can work on the map without connecting to the internet.
No, 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 you can. Actually, no, you can. You can.
Mm.
Yes, you can. Okay. So I'm going to format this. All right. So already, anyone looking at this dashboard, because the title already will explain some of the parts of the dashboard, we know that these are regions. Like anyone looking at it, we know that these are regions. So no need for this title. Then then this amount, there's also no need for it. So what I'll do is I'll remove those two stuff I just mentioned. So I'll start with the y-axis. Now I'll change the values to, I think our default is 15. Then make it ash color. Then I'll remove the header name, that is the title. Okay, I'm done with that. Don't mind, I'll remove the background color. Then I'll remove, back to the x-axis, I'll change the values to, let's say, 15. Let's see how 15 looks like. Okay, I think that's okay. Then let's leave it with hash. Then let's take out the title. Why I'm taking out this title is because with the header, I'm saying total beneficiaries amount by region. So even a novice will know that these are actually the amount. And then looking at the words here, they are actually regions. So this is not something you need to come and start writing region again. It's too much information. All right. What do I do now? Or even with, I think this one we can even bring in the data labels. So let me just remove this background color so that we'll see what we are doing. Okay, so let's see, because most times data labels are making sense, most times it doesn't make sense, it conflicts with others. So let's see how it looked like with data labels. Where are you? Okay, so here's the data labels. Okay, change the value to hash. I think it works. So once you bring in your data label, there's no need for the x-axis again. It makes your work more neat. Okay, let's increase it to, let's say, 13. I think that's okay. So let's take out, sorry, let's take out the other one. All right. Let's change this back color. Which color do we use on top of green? You guys should this color for me. I'm not too good with colors. Which color will make sense on green?
Gold.
I think this is similar to gold. Okay, so let me edit the title at once. Okay, let's put it in the middle. Let's make it 18. Then let's change it to ash. Let's make it a little bit big. Let's use 20. Time is going. Alright, so we are done with that. Let's just resize this. Okay, now let's edit this. I think this looks smaller than the previous page. So I'll just increase this. It looks smaller to me. So you have the flexibility of increasing the height of your canvas. So to me, this stuff is looking small, and I wanted this map to be bigger than this. So I'll just increase the height. Let's say this is 1.5. Let's make it 1.6. Alright, so let's just focus on editing this. Um, why is this still blocking me?
I have a question. When you were creating this title bar, what was the visual you used? I know it wasn't CAD. No,
This title,
what did you use? Yes,
it's a text box.
text box. Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
welcome. Okay, I've moved the background. So let's start editing. Sorry, let's edit the title. So use 20 as the default. Make it middle.
Please, can you point it to me? I can't seem to find it amongst my cards.
On your home tab.
Yes, I'm there.
Here it is. Here it is.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll start with the y-axis. So uh, take out the title, change the value. Time is running out. Change this to the legend. Change the text by color to ash again. Then just name it 13. Then what else? The x-axis. Remove the title. Change this to ash. Now there are cases where if now mind you this is actually I have a secondary y-axis. Now I want to go back to where I did it. I did search. There are sometimes you create a visual and you have something that looks like this. Maybe you are trying to compare two values together. You may have a chart that looks like this. One is smaller, one is actually like one is probably a straight line or something like this. So it's just that the values for this one that is up is higher, far way higher than the value for this one. So what you can actually do is take one of them to the secondary y-axis so that it will have its own label because its own values are actually small compared to these other ones. So that was how I came about that. I took one of it to the y-axis so its own label is different. Okay, so I'll just go back here and format it. This stuff is still it's too small for me. I want this stuff to be very visible. Okay, so let me put in a borderline so that I can see where it starts and stops. It's a general. Go to effects. Go to visual body. Then I'll apply the same shadow to the inside. Then centered. Okay. Alright, so lucky for us, we have the format painter. We just click on it, apply to this. Alright, we are good to go. So what I'll do now is I'll change. Okay, I think I'll leave it as a square, this. Okay, let me change the corner. So I'll just use okay. Format painter, apply. Alright, so let me add a border to this. Then the shadow, the same format. This will be, let's give it 15. And alright, we're almost done. So what we'll do is we'll just put this in partition. I'll bring in a shape. This is how I want to design mine. If you are doing your own, you can do it another way. So I'll bring in a shape. Sorry, a shape. Let me look for this green color. I hope I find it. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, so I'll just take it there, then reduce it a bit. Okay. I'll send it. I think the edge is too much. Okay. Let me just expand it first. Let me see how the edge is. The edge is too much. Let me make it 20. Are you guys with me? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I am with you.
Okay. So now it's on top of my base. So I'll click on it. I'll format. I'll send it to the back. Okay, so that will do the trick. Let me just shift it small. I think that will do. Alright, so I'll change this canvas background to that gold. I hope I can see the color. Okay, here it is. Don't worry, we'll work on that. Okay, so the corner is too much. I'll reduce it. Saturating is too shouting. We probably will check another color. But let me just finish making this section. Okay, I think this works. Alright, so I'll just copy and paste. Okay, so I'll reduce the corner, the rounded corners. Let's make it, I think 5 should work. Let's see how it is. Okay, it's on top. We'll just take it to the back. You click on the charts, click on format, then send to the back. You said if you click on backward, it will only be behind a text if you have a text. If you want it to be at the extreme end, just click on send to the back. Alright, so we have another partition. Then I think everything is okay here. You just need to adjust this. Alright, so unlucky for us, we can't do anything about this, but we can actually, let's give it its own background. I still think this is too much. That means I need to increase the height of this stuff. Now, don't mind the fact that I'm changing my height as I'm going, but then you may want to maybe use something fixed. If it doesn't suit, you go to another page, right? So change this to 2000. Okay. If you probably want to add text, you need to adjust more. So bring this. Okay, take it up. Alright, I'll send it to the back. Or I'll zoom in. But I still feel this yellow is shouting. Let's shouting. Okay, so let's edit this map a bit. We're almost done. So where do I go? I'll make the title. Okay. Funny enough, we didn't show much information on. We just showed display the total beneficiaries by counting. But then you can add more information to the label part. We'll come back there. Let me just remove the legend are actually small. So let me start with the title. This size is actually the beneficiaries amount. So sorry, by counting. Okay, so we'll make it big. Our headers are 20. We'll be using 20. So you may want to work with something fixed. So you not end up having different values, different places. Okay, make it middle. Change it to ash. Where are you? Change it to ash. Change the background color to match. This one you can't remove background color. Yeah, I think so. Just change it to fit what we have in the background, which is this. Okay, let's look at our legend. If I increase the legend size, it will only make it bigger and you have to expand the width. But then let me just see how it works. Do we necessarily need this legend? And people will have to zoom in. So I guess we can just up this legend to make it more presentable. Because the whole point of this stuff is to try not to distract your audience attention. Okay, let's increase the bubble size a bit. Okay, I think that is okay. Leave the colors. We will now use the labels. Labels is actually going to name each of these places. You look at how it is. It's going to be crowded and clustered. So we don't want that. Okay, so let's see another design maybe that will fit our design method. I don't know. This looks somehow. Let me see if there's an option to increase the values. There's no option for that. So let's, like the values, when I mean the values, the names of these places are not that visible. Dark, I know dark is not going to make sense. Dark, the color will really come out, but then it's, the labels are actually so dim. Okay, so you can decide to go with anyone, but what I'm actually looking for is something that maybe by chance, I know it has the ability to zoom in, but then at a distance like this you can actually see the names, right? So that's what I'm actually looking at from. grayscale. I think that root. So we've seen all the style. Which one should I go with? Which one matches what we have, like in terms of background and colors? Which one do you think is better? Hello,
This one is okay.
this one.
Yeah, but in most cases, in like real world situations, all these bubbles might not be necessary. So you might just have to filter for the first, maybe the highest 10 or the lowest 10, depending on what they want to achieve.
Okay, so
So it will.
let's see if that will work. Let's try that. Let's filter this map for the first sounds for the first let's say 10 county with the highest beneficiaries. So to do that,
Yeah,
we filter it. This is it.
by the bubble size.
We take it down here. Then okay, this is actually numbers. Okay. This one's not going to work. Hold on, let me just create a table. Oh, I changed this. Sorry, I changed our map to something else. Uh, Stop this.
I think you use top N.
Yeah, I was going to use that, but this is
No,
sorry.
it's not coming up. That's why.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, cool. It's a number. I was actually looking for that top end, but it's not coming up. Let me see how this one works. I was looking for the top end, but let's see. Oh, this mic is on. I was looking for the top end, but then this is
What's your
a
filtering under? Is it
numerical.
a number?
Yeah, it's a number. That's why. But let me just use this one I
Why
did.
are you telling me? And please, why did you add the table?
Hello?
Why did you add the table?
Why did I do what?
Why did you add this table?
No, I'm using it to look at the numbers so that I'll know what I'm filtering by.
Okay.
What's this in our time is up already. Okay, it's taking time, but then we can actually filter this to show the top 20. Maybe you do that on your own because time is up and I have another class. So let me just see if I can brush up everything. Change this line, it's not visible enough. I'll change it to another color. So we are literally done. This is a dashboard. You can present this, just a brief summary of the data we have. All right. So I'll just change this line to a brighter color. It's dim. Then this yellow, I'll change it to it's shouting. It's shouting. At least this one that is shouting is okay. System is beginning to slow.
Please, I have a question.
Please hold on, I'll attend to your question. Total beneficiaries amount is yellow. Total beneficiaries is the one I want to change. So I'll change the color. Let me change this color. Which other color makes sense? This one is still dim. And something light. Alright. Alright, I'll soon take your questions. I think I'm done here. Just some minor shifting and arrangement and the rest of them. That's something you can do. So let me change this background. It's shouting and may cause those with eye blindness. Something dim, something dark. Okay, so I'll just leave it at this. I'll leave it like this. So this is now the fact is we've not actually maybe make some write-ups and the rest of them. But the whole point of the project was to introduce you to how it's being done. Yes, there are more we can do. Though even though our data is small, at least we can still bring out some charts, maybe average this by months and some other insight. But this is just something simple. And then the arrangements, how you arrange your data, how you arrange your charts and your filters, and then the color, the shadow, and making the insights visible. So this is it. Any question? Hello, any question? Hello, can you guys hear me? Any question? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, I said I'm done. Any questions?
I don't have, so I don't know about others.
All right, so this is it. This is from the mock-up dashboard I posted on the group. It was from, sorry, my PC is slow. Okay, so it was from something like this mock-up. There's this challenge I'm participating on. Okay, I'll collaborate into that. Let me make sure that I've ended the recording. So it was from this. Let it come up. We arrived at what we saw on the other page. So we started by bringing the data, creating some measures, and we did some calculation with DAX, and we brought up some metrics, then brought in some slicers. So it's not coming back. So any question?